To the European Union mission in Armenia, the National Democratic Alliance expresses its deepest gratitude to you for your unwavering commitment and invaluable contribution to the Republic of Armenia. Your presence and efforts have been instrumental in promoting stability, ensuring transparency, and fostering trust within our country. On behalf of the citizens of the Republic of Armenia, we kindly appeal to you to consider extending the duration of your mission in our country. Furthermore, we respectfully request an increase in the number of observers to enhance your capacity to monitor and address ongoing challenges more effectively. Your continued support is vital for initiating and safeguarding democratic processes, protecting human rights, and ensuring peace and security in Armenia. We remain confident in your mission's ability to contribute to a brighter and more secure future for our nation. With utmost respect and gratitude, Council of the National Democratic Alliance, Yeregnadzor, December 19, 2024. I want to say just a few words in English for our Western partners and friends and future allies. The biggest misconception that you had before and you have till now is that you consider Armenia, along with all post-Soviet countries, as an independent countries. The reality is that Armenia and all so-called independent countries are occupied and neo-colonized countries under the Russian colonial influence, imperial influence. This is the reality that you have to take into consideration to better understand what's going on in Armenia, what's going on in the region, what's going on in the borders. Nikol Pashinyan is a puppet and is an henchman of Kremlin, Baku, and Ankara. And his political bosses in Baku and Kremlin in Ankara demanding removal of European Union mission observers from Armenian borders. Just today, we have seen that Pashinyan puppet government is intended either not prolong the date of contract with the EU mission, or even in case of prolongation of the contract, they are intended to ask you to stay not directly in the borderline, but to stay in your offices in Jermuk, in Yerevan, receiving reports from so-called border guards, which are the servicemen of the National Security Service of Armenia, which is the branch of FSB, Kremlin Special Forces. This is a manipulation of puppet regime of Nikol Pashinyan, and the goal is to create conditions for Azeri to proceed with a further aggression in Sunik region, to get the control of Zangezur corridor and invite Russian FSB to stand along this corridor. Zangezur corridor is vital for Kremlin regime to be able to circumvent the sanctions using grey schemes of export and trade with their Turkish and Azeri partners. It is vital for them to keep their criminal control in the region and in Armenia. For more than centuries, Russian Empire used Armenia people, territory, and national interests as a change coin, as a bargaining chip to make their deals with their allies and friends and brothers I mean like Turkey and Azerbaijan. Back in 1980s or 1960s, in 19th century, the foreign relations minister of Russian Empire, Lobanov Rostovsky, used to say, "We need Armenia without Armenians." And this was the main goal of Russian Empire, along with their Turkish and Azeri brothers. No Armenian, no problem. No Armenia as a sovereign country, no problem for them. This is the reality that you have to understand and you have to take into consideration when planning your further steps in the region. Armenia has to become a real country and has to deoccupy from Kremlin regime and their puppets here in Yerevan sitting in the government house. And we are fighting for that. Armenia is wounded but not dead. Help us to revive our country, to revive our first and the only independent Republic of Armenia, which you, our partners, European partners, recognized back in 1920, and League of Nations recognized the legal borders of the Republic of Armenia. I mean eastern borders with Azerbaijan. And Great Britain, France and Italy signed under the decision of the state borders of the Republic of Armenia. Help us now to revive our sovereign country, and in the near future, when the Putin's regime will collapse and Armenia will be deoccupied, you'll get committed, reliable, trustworthy, and sincere ally, friend, and partner in South Caucasus like you have in Ukraine now. Armenian peoples are sharing the same values, the same European human values and democratic values together with you. And again, thank you for your mission. On behalf of Armenian people, we express our gratitude and appreciation. But you need to prolong your mission. You need to stay here. You need to stay on the borderline. On the borderline to watch, to monitor the situation and help us save the time. We need just the time saved before the final deoccupation, which is coming very soon, because Kremlin regime is going to collapse very soon. It's going to happen. But we need this time for our security. We need to save this time to be able to proceed with our fight for decolonization and deoccupation. Thank you very much, and I want to pass this letter to our Western partners. Thank you.